Hello everyone. I hope you are doing good and doing great. So today in this video we will talking about the one of the most important things into the software development is testing. So we know that whenever we are creating any of the application, then for before going to the production release and all, we need to test our each and every component and to make sure everything is working fine and all, and our customer will not face any type of problems. So let coming on to the point, so here is the most important question is what is testing and the importance of testing. So testing is before checking or release code, whatever step need to check the health of the code is called testing. So it gives the surety to the developer or the teams, or any of the team into the sales department and all. So health of the code is good, so there we always said like testing is always in the right direction. So coming on to the importance of the testing, so it gives the confidence to the team. Release process is very fast because our testing process is strong, then the release process is also very fast. Always have the real picture of the code, like testing will tell you the exact picture, that is in the right direction, or we need to adapt some more things and all. Code never lies. So whatever the code we are written, so the code output is also belong to the same. Like if you are writing the high quality code, then your testing will also go into the high quality. And if your testing is into the lower side, or your code is on the lower side, your testing will also go into the lower side. Coming on to the next one is the important point to always remember. So it means whenever we are writing any of the testing things, then few of the things we always keep in mind to make sure like it will not compromise with the security or the code code things. So these are the point, like we always write the testing for the happy path. Like in the happy path, everything we are expecting like it is provided by the user as a parameter to the function, so it will give the positive result always. Negative path is, for example, if we are skip some of the parameters, so in that case our function should return some value. And apart from that, there's a mid path. So mid path is basically belong to the bit happy path and the negative path. So in the function we are giving some of the value, and some are the value we are miss into the method, so that are come under the mid path. And after this one, our code should cover 90% of code coverage. So every company, or the most of the standard company, are always uh, accepting this point, because whatever the code we are writing, so it should cover the at least 90% of code coverage. And the last but not the least is the effective test case. So effective test case means like whatever the test function or test scenario we are writing, so it should be effective. Effective means like we should not be write the random function to cover the only the percentage. It should more make sense. So these things we need to cover. So now coming on to the popular unit test framework. So we are here talking about the C sharp side. So in the C sharp, we are basically have the some category of the unit test. So in this category, we are talking about some framework. The first one is the N unit. So that is more uh, popular framework. So most of the company are adapting this N unit. So that is also the open source. And the next one is the X unit. So that is also the open source unit test framework. The uh, the third one is the MS test. So this MS test, the second version of this MS test, version 2 is like open source, but version 1 is not the open source. So this MS test is default testing framework is provided by the Visual Studio. So whenever you are installing the Visual Studio, so it is default coming with the MS test. But for the N unit, you need to install this through the NuGet. Here in this video we will mostly talking about the things related to the n unit. So in the n unit you can see there is a n number of attribute. I put it there, so these are the important attribute. So apart from this there's a some more is there, but that we are not frequently used. But here in this attribute also we are using some of the things very frequently. The first one is the setup. So in the setup means we are using like you can say is a constructor type of into this one class. So the setup is basically used to create the instance. So it used or it is re-executed every time whenever the function or the any of the method is or any of the test case is executed. And after that tear down, so the tear down is used whenever we are going to release any of the memory and all after run the our unit test. And the text fixture, so text fixture give the this attribute give the indication like whatever the class we used, that is that belong to the unit testing. So by using of this text fixture you can make any of the class normal class as a unit testable class. And after that this is a test. So this test is basically belong to whenever we are writing any of the method, so we need to decorate that method with the test. And these are the test case, test feature setup, text feature tear down. So you can take a look there, but mostly we are using the setup, tear down, test fixture, and test. So these are the attribute which we are frequently using. Now coming on to the demo side. So in the demo I already have a small dummy application. And here while writing the things you can see we what we need to do is we need to first add one folder. The name for folder is test. And after that we need to add one project. Click onto the new project. And here taking little bit time, and when you're putting the n unit, sorry, n unit, then it will filter the n unit. So here you can see the core wise and all. So here you can see there is a n unit framework is there. And apart from that x unit is also there. And similarly we should have the ms test also there. So based on our requirement we can use the framework. So right now in the demo we will try to cover the n unit. So just click onto this one, next. And here we can give the project 123, and it should under the our folder test. And when we I am clicking onto the create, so it will create the some structure for us for as a n unit. You can see here we have the n unit test class. And when you see the n unit class by default you can see there is a n unit we need to install. Yeah, so n unit is already installed there as a dependency in the package. You can see the n unit version 3.12 as a package is installed. And now you can see there is a setup which we already talking about. So here we are set up everything like whenever we are creating the object of any of the class and all. And here we can make the like my dummy test. So I just make change of this test class. After that there is a test one. So test one you can see assert. So we are using always the assert. So in the assert have so many method, or equal not sure, or same, catch, contain, throw, false, ignore, and all. So many things based on our requirement we can use that method and pass the parameter. So this one is a very simple thing. And after that you can see how to run and things. So for this one you need to go into the test and click onto the text explorer. So when you click onto the text explorer you can see the your project, whatever project you created, n unit test project 123, it is loaded here. And here is the dummy test class, and under this one there is a test one. So in the test one, why this one is here, like this one is decorated with the test. And apart from that, for the good practice we should need to decorate this one text fixture. So it give the intimation to the class like this class is the testable class. Now coming on to the code side. So in the code side for the time constraint, I already created some structure. If you see, there's a n unit demo, and in this n unit demo there is a one operation, and in the operation inherit the this I operation. And if you see, there is a small two method, there is a very small method, so you can correlate with your own actual method. For the demo purpose, I keep it very simple. So it's a multiplication. I give the input a and b, and it just returns sum of the value. And similarly, there is a sum. It accepts the two parameter a and b as integer type, and it is returning the some value. So now what we need to do here is, first of all, we need to give the reference of this console app as a project reference here. So in the dependency, you need to click onto the add project reference, and here you need to give the reference so that we can access that class. Now what we need to do is, we have the I operation, so it is not accessible. So what we can do is, I just copy this one and paste this one and click onto the namespace I operation underscore operation. So I just created the uh, variable here of the interface, and now we can create the object by and assign this to this variable equal to new. And here you can see operation. Now the setup will take care create the operation. So now you can see here, I will parallelly open this window also. Now you can see I just writing some of the function public void some. Always try to put the test at the end, so it is good practice always. And here you can do one thing. We have the one in type of result equal to underscore operation dot, we can try onto the sum, and here we will pass 2 comma 3. And here when we are passing 2 comma 3, the our result should contain the value 5. So for this one, what we can do is assert dot are equal, and here you can see expected result and the actual result. So what we are expecting, it should be 5, and actual is means result. And you can see we done with the test, one test. So for the one test, but it is not loaded here under this one. Why this one is not loaded? Because we are not giving the instruction to this method, like this method is a testable. So for this one, what you can do is, you can need to decorate this method with the one attribute, that is test. So whenever you are done this thing and save this one, you can see it automatically reflected in our window. So similarly, we can write the same method for the multiplication. For multiplication, we have dot multiplication, and similarly, if we are multiply this one, 2 into 3 is the 6. So this one is our expectation. So you can see it automatically come here. So what we can do is, we can run one by one this thing with the shortcut. You can see here the shortcut for this one is run test is rt, control rt. Where if you want to debug this one, put the debugger and press this one control rt, then it will onto the debugging mode. So for us, I'm not doing any of the debugging mode, so I just click onto the run test. And if it is pass or fail, so based on that, it will show the status in this test explorer. So you can see it is pass. If you want to run into the chunk, what you can do is, you just click onto the class and click onto the run. So it will start executing all the things, and you can see the status. So for example, if I put something here, like we know that 2 plus 3 is 5, but we can make it 6. So what is our expectation? So it should be fail. So now if I run this test again, then our expectation should be fail. So now you can see the expectation is like not match, and you can see the user friendly message. The expectation expected result should be 6 but was 5. And along with that, you can put some more message here. like message, error message, error. So if I save this one and if I try to run again, you can see the error here, whatever I written here. Okay. So the other thing what we can do is we can mark it pass again. And the other straightforward way is if I do the assert dot r equal. Here we are using one variable. So apart from that, if I'm doing one thing like 8, and here I directly pass this method operation dot sum, and here I will pass 6 comma 2. So you can write in this way also. That is a short and sweeter way. No need to use any of the variable. And if I run this whole thing one more time, you can see everything is passed. Now we'll check like what is the code coverage for this one. So if you see in our class, we need to cover this class like each and every condition. Like if for example this one is a straightforward, there is a no any of the if and else. If there is a condition related to if and else, that thing we also need to cover based on the parameter. So now we need to check like how much code coverage we covered for this our class. So if I'm click on the right click, there's a one option analyze code coverage. When I click onto this one, so Visual Studio is giving the facility for us to check this coverage. If you see, this window is automatically open here. And when I click onto this one, so this one is our main console application. And here in this folder NUnit demo, we have our class. For example, I will show you in the NUnit demo have our class operation. So now again go to the code coverage result, and this one is the operation. And if you expand this one, we have both the method listed here, multiplication and the sum. And you can see, we can see the note cover percentage block and cover. And can see we cover 100% both the things. So this class coverage is 100%. So that thing we need to cover always. So that is a good practice. And the if you see the in the backend things what happened, so I can go to the folder structure, and here you can see into the test. Not in the test, we it is Visual Studio created this test result, and this test result have some grid, and this one is the file. When I click onto this one, so it will open into the Visual Studio, and whatever the code coverage we check into the Visual Studio in the back screen, the same you can see here. So I will tell you what is the purpose of this file. So I will show you first everything. So go to this Visual Studio and all operation, and in the operation you can see the same result here. So you can share this file with your team or for the review and all. So for this purpose this file is always used. For example, in the production side or in your CI/CD pipeline, if the code coverage is not there, then the DevOps team share this file along with the team, and the team will take care of this thing. So the same thing we need to take care. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And in the upcoming video I will also created one extra things like if you see here is a straightforward, like everything is just everything into the project or everything into the static class you can say. But here we have the main operation. So in the main operation you can see we are putting the I operation as a dependency there into the constructor, and after that we are calling this method. So now you can suppose like this operation have the third party integration or the third layer we are touching, like we are hitting through this sum result or multiplication result we are getting from the SQL server or the any of the third API. So in the third API or the any of the third party API, we are not be actually hitting these things. So these things we are going to mock, and for to mock this one we are using the some of the mock as a package. So then the mock, that is also very good things to mock the things. So in the mock is basically used to give some of the expected output to the function, and they're the same thing we are expecting from this result. For example, if I'm mocking this operation dot sum, and if I'm passing 3 comma 2 should return the 8, so it will return the 8, and on the their side we will check the 8, not the 6 or whatever I number given based on the sum and all. So these things we will cover into the next video. That is also very important things into the testing perspective, because this one is a straightforward. The purpose of this video is only to familiar with the n unit and how it is easy. So we will make this application into the upcoming video with little bit complicated, so that we can easily go into company level, how we are writing the unit testing and all into the company level. So thanks for watching this one, and if any of the feedback is there, so you can share with me, so I will try to improve this one. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye.